Hey ladies, back with another tutorial. Today it's taking gross to amazing. It has gotten a lot better since I've been using Votre-Vous, and I'll do a review on that later because I am just nearing a week of using it. Tomorrow will be a week that I've completely used it, and I've been so impressed, but I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, but I wanted to get ready for the day. I have a lot of makeup to do today. Tomorrow's Halloween. A lot of parties are going on tonight, so I have lots of people that I'm supposed to do. Plus, it's one of the high schools, the local high schools, homecoming, so I'm doing makeup for that too. So I just need to get ready. So this is going to be one of your everyday whatever routines, okay? I'm going to start with my Studio Fix. Oh, it feels good. Just a nice mist. Love it, love it. Hey, I'm going to be using Cinema Secrets, I think. Their foundations. You can go to camerareadycosmetics.com, I believe is the link, and you can see the Cinema Secrets. I'm going to start using those as my foundations. I'm going to start building up my supply, but for right now, I got this. For people that have great skin, you should be able to get away with either no foundation at all or putting some right here, here, along your nose, here, and here. Okay, you should be able to completely leave this free. However, with my skin, there's some discoloration, so I can't do that. In the places where I really want it to cover, instead of dragging it down softly like I do here, I pat and make sure that the places I want covered are really getting good coverage. To each his own, but I really like using a sponge to put on my foundation. I know it uses a little bit more of the product since the sponge takes it in a little bit, but I prefer it. It gives me more control and I like that. But underneath my eyes, as I was just doing, I'll take little dots and blend it upward with my finger to warm up the product so I don't tug or anything. Okay, you can see already that that's evened me out quite a bit. Or if you can't, it is my computer, I apologize. Now I'm going to be taking my Derma Blend concealers, and I am D4 up here. This is a little sample palette that I also got from Camera Ready Cosmetics, and I'm noticing that I use D4 for myself a lot, and so I'll be able to order just that one in a full size, and then I use this one. It's a little bit more yellow, almost a tint of green undertone, and I use that up on my brow bone. But I like using my fingers because it warms up the product, and I just dab it on where I need it. And interestingly enough, I've asked other makeup artists and they swear by these underneath the eyes. So another good thing that you can use this for both. I still, however, don't like using a heavier powder underneath my eyes, so I still use the Beneflage. And get enough on your brush. I think I used to make the mistake of just not putting enough on my brush. And just pat it in. Now I'm going to be doing this whole entire look with a 217 brush. This really is one of your best brushes to have. It is by MAC, but I do believe that you can get Sigma brushes and they have similar numbers. And I think they're a little bit cheaper as well. But for those of you that just have the one brush, I want, for eyes specifically, because I will be using a powder brush and stuff, but I want you guys to see that you can do an entire look and it can look absolutely great with just one eye brush. Now I'll be using some of my Makeup Forever HD powder and just putting that all over to set that foundation. One of my favorite things to do with makeup is contouring, so I'm going to be taking my bronzer that I love, Nicole Miller, and I'll be doing my 3. And for those of you that don't know what the 3 is, which I'm sure most of you do, but it's just going down and making that 3 shape on your face. And blend so you don't look like you have a number 3 on your face. That would be unfortunate. A friend of mine wrote to me and said that I should do something about when someone commits eyeshadow suicide, like if something's been terribly, terribly wrong with your eyeshadow and how to fix it. And I loved that idea, and I'm totally going to do that. I was putting on my bronzer, and I was thinking, oh, what if someone's committed bronzer suicide? Don't keep digging in and try to blend it that way. Use the very, very top bristles. It will take time and it will be tedious, but if you just do it super, super softly, it will blend seamlessly into your skin. Don't I sound so knowledgeable? Love bronzer. Now for Makeup Forever Glow is what I'll be using. So anything, I'm such a sucker for the corals, anything that has an orangish coral underbase, undertone. What am I talking about? And I'm going to be using the very top bristles and just blending this in. This is going to be a very earthy, deep J-Lo type brownish look because warmth is just what you crave in the wintertime, and it's getting really, really cold out. And so I want to just create that cuddly, warm, awesome glow face with maybe a pop on the cheek and a pop on the lip. Pop on the lip. Bam! So that was my chin. Basically, I got some stuff for the contest, but then I had to get some stuff for myself. I got kind of sexy. I think it's kind of sexy. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful pinky color. And Subculture to go with that. And I got another one. It's like Freckle Tone or something like that. Freckletons. I'm going to be using my new BFF, Naked from Urban Decay. And I know I made that hideous mistake of saying, I recommend all of you going out and getting naked. Ah, that's not what I meant. But I'm also going to be using Urban Decay Primer Potion, so I will grab that and put it on. I hadn't used this for a while, just because sometimes I'm running out the door and I don't have time. And I started to think, oh, I don't need it. My eyeshadow looks great. It's staying on all day. Totally works. Oh my word. I used it once again, and boy, was I hooked. It's amazing. Now I am doing windshield wiper motions right on the bone right here. Instead of going right into my crease, I actually want it a little bit above my crease to create a bigger eye. I do have smaller eyes, and I want as much lid space showing as possible, and so when I have my eyes open, I get on that bone instead of right down in the crease. And then I bring it all the way in here and go down my nose. And a little bit of this Naked, and just lightly pulling this all the way back to the temple to create that eye lift. More mature ladies, that's an awesome, awesome tip. Just make sure you blend it really, really well to create that instant eye lift without the surgery. On my brow bone, I want something a little bit less harsh than Blanc Type. That would be a little bit too light. So I'm going to be taking Shroom. That's from MAC. Concentrating most of it where my arch is going to be. And then I'm going to put another color over that that's a little bit more gold, but I just want it to pop. And the gold that I'm going to be using is from the Kohl's palette. I named this one Silk, and I'll have to put down below, since I went to Kohl's and I took a picture of the 2 different palettes. There's only 2. So if you don't have the one that I have, obviously you have the other one, but I can see if this one is in there, and I'll tell you how many from the top and bottom if you haven't depotted this. That way we can name them all the same, and you'll know which one I'm talking about. So this is Silk. It's swirl that in there. And I'm going to be putting that on my lid. And with my finger, just a touch down in the corner on the bottom. I think silk is going to start being one of my favorites. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows, but instead of penciling them on, I'm just going to use Shadow, my 88 palette, the light brown and a little bit of the dark brown. Okay, I added a little bit more liner because the silk was starting to get onto my lashes. Good reason not to put on lashes before you do everything else. And I'm going to add a little bit more mascara. Okay, I put a little bit more mascara on the bottom than I normally do, but for those that know you, putting more of something might just be a look. I mean, if you wear tons and tons and tons of mascara every single day, then it's like, oh, she wears too much mascara. But if you do something like this every now and then, it looks like you're just doing a look and you're just playing with makeup and having fun with it. So it's okay. So let's do that kind of sexy. I'm going to put Subculture on. But first I'm going to take my Trusting Myth. Put it right there in the center. The bottom lashes have kind of inspired me. I'm going to put a little bit of white on the inside, and I'm going to make more of a pointy Cupid's bow so it looks more like a doll. So when doing more of a pointed lip, just really work and focus on seeing where your point wants to be and then come down like this. And once you have that, instead of going out and around your lip, you're going to want to keep it close to the inside line. And same with the bottom. You want to make it as if right there are two balls, okay? Almost like drawing on a piece of paper. And you want the lips to go up, straight to those balls, and then straight out, okay? And so you don't want to go down below your lip line too much. You want to start at that imaginary point and come to the end of your lip and do the same thing. So not going out and around. You can see it more on this side. Like right here is my lip, but I'm going to start on the inside. Now I will be taking Kind of Sexy and putting that on. And I'm going to take MAC white pencil, it's called Fascinating, and just putting a little bit of that. And I really try hard with white not to get it into my lash line because that looks ridiculous. So try to stay as close to the inner side of your waterline as possible. Don't even touch your lash line. Alright, so there we go. It's a warmy glow and fun for those awful, awful winter days, but I like it and I think it's pretty, and yeah, go out and do that and have fun. Talk to you guys later. Bye.